we're really making ourselves ready for God's next step for our church family. We're preparing ourselves for the bigger things God has in store. Specifically for this emphasis, we're making ourselves ready to be able to purchase a facility, this facility or maybe another facility. We want to be good stewards in everything that we do, and renting hasn't been good stewardship for us. We look at what we pay for rent; it's $250,000 every year, and we're just adding up the numbers over the past 5 years. That's over $1 million that we've already spent in rent. And should we be able to purchase, we'd be able to invest that money or have that money invested. And also, we could possibly reduce our mortgage payment down to expand in other areas of ministry to touch a whole lot more lives. We had actually an opportunity to buy earlier in this year, and when it came up, we really just simply did not have the capital to do anything with that. And so if we honestly wait for another opportunity without having the capital behind us, we'll lose that opportunity too. In fact, we'll never have the opportunity because it presents itself very quickly, and we need to be able to move on it. To qualify for a loan, we need to have cash, and so we went to lenders. We just simply did not have the capital behind us to do that. And so we need to now have the capital in order to be able to move ahead when an opportunity does arise. God always can work no matter what the circumstances, and I think actually it's an exciting time to be able to venture into this, particularly in hard economic times, to reveal just the power and strength of God. And so actually it's a greater challenge, but that's the time when I think God can shine the best. What could we do if we had this building? I think we could put an in and out. We could do a hot tub that could double as a fly fishing pond. We think of the children's ministry, the children's facility, being able to have it in one building actually would enhance our ability to touch parents and have them feel safe and secure to have their kids in the same spot. We'd be able to actually open up to make room for more seating. We're getting very full in certain services, and so it would be able to keep us together more. Another opportunity would be just simply a greeting area. Right now, when people walk in, they are immediately confronted with being in the service, and so there needs to be a place for folks to have fellowship and to be able to connect and even talk to. We also dream about the idea and the possibility of even having maybe a Christian day school or a preschool for kids. That's a possibility, that's a dream that we have, and we think about that as well. So there's lots of opportunities that would open up for us. Maybe an expanded kitchen area where we could serve people, but there's just lots of options that would open up for us should we own this building. Yeah, we need to raise about $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. That's what we're looking at right now. For that, should there be more, that'd be awesome. That'd be incredible. But we're looking kind of at a round number, about $1 million. While the emphasis is going to go on for 3 years, and we're going to be actually asking people to contribute and to move it through a 3-year period. No, there's no failure of raising less. It's really through the generosity of the people and the stewardship that God's teaching us and training us. And so we are going to be thankful and rejoice for every dollar we get that God brings in. Yeah, the phrase we've been kind of tossing around here is not equal gifts, but equal sacrifices. I always think it's really cool that the biggest giver in the whole Bible was the widow, and she gave 2 cents. And Jesus commended her on that one. And so really every gift is valuable, every gift is valued, and that's what excites me, is to be able to see individuals just give of what they have. So some people might be concerned that that, is anybody going to know what we're giving and how much we're giving? And as always, the pastors don't ever know anything about giving. The gifts are all anonymous. We don't know. The pastors do not know who gives what. Only one person who is going to be recording will have any idea, and that person is committed to absolute privacy on that. And so it's not going to be publicized. We're not going to put plaques up for big givers. Again, going with the equal sacrifice, every gift is cherished and every giver is important in this one. As I look through the Bible, and what's really cool is the terms God uses to describe His church, and He calls it the bride, He calls it the body, and one of the things He mentions is the church, and we are the light of the world and the salt of the earth, and the light can't be hidden, and so really God has called the church to be a blessing, really here to the world and to people, and so. That's why it's important to have an incredibly viable and strong church, is to be able to be a blessing and to touch lives that way. Another thing that he's mentioned is that we become, as he used the idea of the whole body and the body metaphor, we become Christ's hands and feet. And with better tools, we can be better hands and we can be better feet and continue to do more to touch a lot more lives. And so I'm excited just simply growing together with a church family and learning that and experiencing that. And so when we think about the tool that we're going to call a building, it makes us more able to be the hands and feet and to be that blessing. The next few weeks, what we're going to be doing is we're starting this whole emphasis calling Making Ourselves Ready, and we're going to be having a message series surrounding that, where we're going to be talking about really who we are as a church family, who's God called us to be here on the coast side. A strong church, a healthy church, a church that is viable, and a church that is able to do more, actually is going to be more effective on the coast. And so we're going to be talking about that on Sunday morning. We're also going to be having stories of people sharing how this church has touched their lives. We're going to be, during our growth group times, in the midweek growth groups, there are going to be opportunities for those that are participating to discuss those issues and raise the questions that they do have. On March the 7th, we're going to be actually all meeting together at the high school. And at the high school, there's going to be one service for all of us to gather together and enjoy a time of celebration and just a lot of fun of being together. And there's going to be, at that point in time, an opportunity to commit, to give the gifts during the next 3 years to help achieve the goal of purchasing a facility, a building, that God would have for us here on the coast side. So it should be an exciting time. I'm looking forward to the whole thing of hearing the stories and watching how God works in our lives and as God works through this church.